Okay, today I want to talk about section 7.3, the trigonometric substitution. So this is like an outline. The first one, I want to talk about why do you need trigonometric substitution. Second one, what is the trigonometric substitution. Third one, I will give the more examples by using trigonometric substitution. The first one, evaluate the square root of x, x times square root of 4 minus x squared dx. So what do you think? What kind of method do you want to use for solving this problem? Please write your method for solving this problem on chatting board, please. What kind of method do you want to use for solving this problem? Okay. What do you think the other guys? Okay. 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 The use sub is right. Use substitution. So yes, you can use a substitution rule. What is U? Could you write your answer on the chatting board? What is U? What is U? Sine theta is the one idea, but I don't recommend for solving this problem. A little bit difficult by using sine theta. So the 4 minus x squared is better in this problem. Like this, the du is the negative 2x dx is right, because the 4 minus x squared prime is negative 2x. The next divided by negative 2. The minus 1 over 2 du equals x dx. So what's that? You can change it like this. Here, this one is same too. Integral the square root of the 4 minus x squared is here, u. The x dx is, we have negative 1/2 du. So the negative 1/2 du. Take out minus 1/2, the negative 1/2 integral. You can change it to the exponential form, u to the 1/2 du. The next find entire derivative. Negative 1/2, 1 over, power is 1/2, the 1 over 2 plus 1, u to the 1 over 2 plus 1, plus c. The simplify, negative 1 over 2, this one is 2/3, u to the 3 over 2, plus c. 2 is crossed out, the negative 1/3, what's that? This is u to the 3 over 2. The next is change back. U is 4 minus x squared into u. So answer is negative 1/3. The 4 minus x squared to the 3 over 2 plus c. So this is the final answer for solving this problem. We can use U substitution. So here, like this. We have it. Second problem. The square root of 4 minus x squared is it is difficult to evaluate the integral by using substitution rules. So we can use today's title, the trigonometric substitution. It's like a whole idea. So let me see. What is it like a trigonometric substitution? We think about U substitution, like substitution. So what's it like? I can use it like not new, x, it doesn't matter, you can use x. What's it like x? X is inner function g of theta. The inner function g of theta is x. The dx is g prime of theta d theta, and change it like this. Because g of theta is like x, you plug into here, we have it. G prime of theta d theta is dx, so we have a dx. That we call the substitution rule. So we think about reverse one. The reverse one, what does it mean? X equals g of theta, dx equals g prime of theta d theta. How can change f of g of x dx? x is g over theta. You plug into here, the next one. What's it like a dx? Dx is g prime over theta d theta. So we have it. So we have a name that we call the inverse substitution or the trigonometric substitution. The next one. Why do you call it trigonometric substitution? Because the g over theta is the trigonometric function. So we can usually use sine function, tangent function, or secant function. The secant function, just like idea here. So what is x? Sine, tangent, secant. Which one? What is x? You can guess. What is x? Sine, tangent, secant. So yeah, sine function. The sine function. The sine. The tangent. Sine. Sine. Okay. How can you choose sine, tangent, secant? I want to explain this kind of things. How can you decide how to choose it? Use Pythagorean identities for trigonometry. So we have three kind of things. What is 1 minus sine square over theta? Do you know what is 1 minus sine square over theta? Do you know what is 1 minus sine square? Answer is yes, cosine square. What is 1 plus tangent square? Do you know this kind of things? Oh yeah, secant square. What's the secant square minus 1? Yep, tangent, because subtract 1 from both sides. Secant square theta minus 1 is exactly tangent square. So we have it. So when they use sine, tangent, secant, here, we have this kind of form here, exactly the constant minus x. You can compare which one? Constant minus x. X is like root of a trigonometric function. Here, the constant minus function, you can use sine. The constant plus function square, the tangent theta is this kind of things. The one example is inside one has 1 minus x square. In this case, x is sine. Because we can simplify by using cosine square over theta. Here, 1 plus x square form. What is like x? We have tangent. This case is tangent. What is x square minus form? This x is like secant. This is secant theta, depending on what kind of identity, what kind of form do we have, right? Like this. Here, we use sine function, but x is not equal to sine. Why? Because here, the x is like sine of theta. You can plug into here, the 4 minus sine square of theta is not equal to cosine square of theta. We cannot simplify. So how can deal with 4? The 4. This is like idea. So we just only use this one, change 4. The multiply the both sides by 4, right? Here, you can multiply the both sides by 4, like this. The 4 minus 4 sine square theta equals 4 cosine square of theta. So 4 sine square of theta is same to 2 sine theta square. So what is x? This x is exactly the 2 sine theta. We have 2 sine theta. This is idea. X is 2 sine theta. What's like a dx? The 2 sine theta prime is 2 cosine theta d theta. The next, you plug these values into here. So what's that? Integral square root of 4 minus the x is 2 sine theta. This one was like a dx. Dx is here 2 cosine theta d theta. Do we have it? So next integral square root of 4 minus 2 sine theta square is 4 sine square times 2 cosine theta d theta. So you just only factor out 4. The square root of the 4 times 1 minus sine square times 2 cosine theta d theta. The next, you can use identity. 1 minus sine square is this identity, cosine square. Square root of 4 cosine square of theta times 2 cosine theta d theta. The next, you have to simplify. The square root of 4 cosine square of theta is 2 cosine theta times 2 cosine theta d theta. We can combine. 2 times 2 is just 4. The cosine times cosine is cosine square. We have it. We can just simplify like this, right? Here. So like this, right? You can simplify integral 4 times cosine square of theta d theta form. The next, how can you find integral cosine square of theta? You are going back to section the 7.2, the integrals of a trigonometric function. How can you find integral of cosine square? Do you remember? You just only, what is integral cosine square of theta? How can you find? So we use half angle formula. So this is like memorize this rule. Cosine square of theta is 1 over 2, 1 plus cosine 2 theta. You plug this one into the here. You plug into here, so we have it. The 2 is crossed out, only 2 times 1 plus cosine. The 2 is crossed out, so like this. Was it like integral 1? What's integral 1? The integral 1 is not x. Yep, variable theta, you're right. You can use theta. So what's integral cosine to theta? We can use this rule. Integral cosine, like a k theta d theta. What is the answer? Always 1 over k sine k theta plus c. The next one, you're right. The 1 over 2 sine 2 theta. So we have this result. The integral 1 is theta. Integral cosine 2 theta is 1 over 2 sine 2 theta. So what does it mean the cosine be above 0? What does it mean? Could you like ask a question again? Though I don't understand. Should cosine be above 0? Which one? So what does it mean? So my point is integral cosine 2 theta is 1 over 2 sine 2 theta. So next, you have to change back theta to the x variable. How can you change back? Not easy. So you have to change sine 2 theta. What is sine 2 theta? You can use double angle formula. Sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta. Like so. The 2 theta, this one is exactly here. Sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta. 2 is crossed out. Only, what's that? Oh, not yet. 2, distribute 2. Sorry about that. Distribute 2 first. So we have it. Next, you can change it. Sine 2 theta to this one. 2 sine theta cosine theta. You can change it like this. The next, how can you change back? The theta, sine theta, cosine theta to x variable. How can change? So we can use this one, relation here. What's the relation? Here. We can use x equal to 2 sine theta. Oh, Okay, I understand your question. Yeah, thank you. The writing again, the here. Yeah, your good question. This one is the square root of 4 cosine square theta is exactly, you're right, the absolute value of 2 cosine theta. So in this case, cosine theta is only positive one. We don't deal with negative one. We don't deal with the negative one. Yes, only use positive one. This is always positive. Yes, above zero. You're right. Yes. Oh, okay. So your question is here. How can you find this kind of things? The here. The two, the integral one is only theta. What's the cosine 2 theta? Integral cosine 2 theta is, you can use this rule. So this rule. So what's it like a k? The k is only 2. Only 2. K is like 2. So we have the 1 over 2 sine 2 theta plus c. It's like indefinite integral. So we have this kind of things. So like this. So we have it. Next to distribute 2, this one. We have it. I can change back the 2 theta, 2 sine theta, cosine theta to the x variable. So we can use this rule. So what's the rule? The rule is the previous substitution. Was like x? X equals 2 sine theta. You can use it. So what's that? Divided by 2. This one. You can change the inverse function. What's the inverse sign? In this case, exactly same to inverse sine of x of 2 equal to theta. So we can plug. This theta is exactly same to inverse sine of x of 2. How can change it? Sine of x? Sine of x is here, x of 2. You plug x of 2 here. How can you find cosine theta? What's the best way? You can draw right triangle. The right triangle here. The sine theta is x of 2. What's that? Opposite over hypotenuse. You need to find adjacent, just like y. How can you find the adjacent? You can use Pythagorean theorem. So y squared plus x squared equals 2 squared. Subtract x squared from both sides. The y squared equals the 4 minus x squared. The same. This y value is just a positive number. We don't deal with negative number. The take square root, we have y equals square root of 4 minus x squared. This is like y. Square root of 4 minus x squared. So let me see. What is the answer? This is same to 2 times. This theta is exactly inverse sine of x over 2. Plus 2 times. The sine theta is, already have it, x over 2 times, what's the cosine theta? You have to use right triangle. Remember, what's it like the definition of a cosine theta? From the right triangle, remember? What's the cosine theta? You know, the cosine theta is here. The adjacent over hypotenuse. We have the square root of the 4 minus x squared over 2 plus c. You have to simplify. 2 is crossed out. The final answer is 2 times inverse sine of x over 2. Here, x times root 4 minus x squared over 2 plus c. So that's it. This is the whole idea. So like this. This is my explanation, right? So like this. Okay. This is idea. So what kind of idea I used for solving this problem? Here, you can use this kind of a table. So what does it mean? So I'll explain this table a little bit details in the whiteboard, like better. So here, Could you see whiteboard? Could you see the whiteboard? So please write on the chatting board. Okay, good. So I'm going to explain the details of the trigonometric substitution here. So we have integrand like expression, this kind of expression. We have three kind of expressions. The first one, like the a square minus u square. The a is constant. The u is function. Use a function as a function. The function as a constant. What does it mean? The previous example, from the previous example, what does it mean? The 4 minus x squared. In this case, 2 equals a. The x is u. X is u. Use a function. The another expression is we have a squared plus u squared. This one. The last one is u squared minus a squared. We have three expressions. So what kind of substitution do you use? We can use the trigonometric substitution. Case 1. The u equals a times sine theta. You can write like this. So second one, the u equals a times tangent theta. The last one, u equals a times secant theta. So like this. How can you find the du? The du is like a times sine theta, sine theta prime is cosine theta. Cosine theta, d theta, here similar. The du is the a times tangent prime is secant square of theta, d theta, similar. The du equals a times secant prime. Secant prime is secant theta, tan theta, d theta. You can use this kind of substitution. The next, how can you simplify the scalar sums like that? So we can use identity. Identity. The first one, you can use 1 minus sine square of theta equals cosine square of theta. You can use it here. The 1 plus tangent square theta is the secant square of theta. Last one, the secant, the square of theta minus 1 is tangent square of theta. You can use these identities. This is idea. Do you remember the last step for solving my previous example? You have to change it back to x variable from the theta variable. How can you change back? I use triangle. How can you use a triangle? You can use this substitution here. This substitution. So what's that? This is divided by a. So we have u over a equals sine theta. You can draw triangle. The right triangle. What is sine theta? The here. Opposite over hypotenuse. How can you find adjacent? You have to use Pythagorean theorem. So we have square root of a squared minus u squared. So like this. The second one, u equals a times tangent theta. You can divide by a. The u of a is tangent theta. So you can draw triangle here. What's like a tangent theta? Opposite over adjacent. How can you find the hypotenuse? You can use a Pythagorean theorem. The square root of a squared plus u squared. The last one, u equals a times secant theta. You can divide by a. The u over a. The u of a is secant theta. You can draw triangle. What's like secant theta? The secant theta is hypotenuse over adjacent. The secant theta. You can find the opposite by using a Pythagorean theorem. So we have the u square, square root of u square minus a square. So we have it. So we can use triangle. This is like a whole idea for solving this kind of problems, right? We can apply this kind of the method to the other examples. We think about it. So next here, we are going back to slides again. Here. So this is example. So what is x? What is x? So what kind of things do you want to use? Like sine theta, tangent theta, secant theta. What is the coefficient of sine, tangent, secant? Which one do you want to use? Secant, square of theta. The secant, you can use secant. So let me see. X square minus a square, x square minus 9. So we have this one. So we are going back to our problem. This is like here. So we have x square minus 9 form is right. We have x square minus 9 form. So which one do you want to use for solving this problem? So like this. So here, so we have to use this one. So what's like a problem? X square minus 9 is exactly u square minus a square form. What's like u? U is x. What's a? A is 3. So we can use u is x. You can plug u equals x equals the a is exactly 3 because the 9 is the 3 squared. So we have 3 secant theta. You can use x equals 3 secant theta. This is like idea by using this one. So going back to here, what's it like x? You can use x equals 3 times secant theta. You can find dx. The dx is, what's dx? What's dx? Do you know dx? Could you write your answer on the chatting board? What is dx? dx is, do you know dx? Oh yeah, so like this one. 3 secant theta prime d theta. Yep. So we have the dx equals 3 secant theta times tangent theta d theta. Yeah, we have it. So next change integral. What is x? X is 3 secant theta. You plug into here. The 3 secant theta square over square root of 3 secant theta square minus 9. The dx is here. 3 times secant tangent. 3 times secant theta, tan theta, d theta. So we have it. So you have to simplify. 3 secant theta squared is 9 secant square root theta over. What is square root of 3 secant theta square minus 9? So we can just simplify here. Square root of 9 secant square root theta minus 9. You have to factor out 9. Only secant square root theta minus 1. So do you know one identity of secant square root theta minus 1? What is identity of secant square minus 1? Could you run your answer on the chatting board? Or the secant square minus 1? What's that? Oh yeah, exactly. Tangent square. You're right. And simplify. Root 9 is 3. The root and square is cancelled. Same. Tangent function is just positive function. We don't take absolute value. Only tangent theta. So like this, we have 3 tan theta. The remaining part is this one. 3 secant theta times tan theta. T theta. The 3 is crossed out. The tangent theta is crossed out. We have the 9 times integral. The secant square times secant is secant cube. Secant cube theta d theta. So we have it. That's good. So next tip. Do you know what is integral secant cube theta d theta? Did you learn this stuff in the section 7.2? Did you learn these kind of things? What's integral secant cube? Do you know that? How can you calculate integral secant cube? Do you have any idea? Please write on the chatting board. Please. If you don't know, if you didn't learn how to solve integral secant cube theta, just write no. I won't explain. How can you find integral secant cube? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. The secant square secant use 10. This is like one idea. I'll explain it here. This one. What is integral secant cube theta d theta? How can you calculate integral secant theta times secant square of theta d theta? You can just split. The next you have to use integration by parts for solving this problem. What's like integration by parts? The u equals the first one secant theta. The dv equals remaining secant square of theta d theta. What's it like a du? The du is secant prime. The secant prime is secant theta tan theta d theta. What's it like a v? The v is integral secant square. Do you know what's integral secant square? What's v? What's v? The v is integral secant square theta d theta. What's that? Could you write your answer on the chatting board? What's it like a v? Where's v? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. We have, yes, tan theta. So we have it. So this is same to what? U times v. The secant theta times tan theta. So like this. Minus integral here. V times du. The 10 times 10 is 10 square. You can keep secant tangent square theta d theta. One more. I'm going to use identity of tangent square of theta. What's it like identity of tangent square? The identity of tangent square is the secant, the square of theta minus 1. You can distribute secant to the first and the last one. So same to secant theta, tan theta minus integral the secant cube theta minus secant theta d theta. Next, distribute negative integral. So same to the secant theta tan theta minus integral secant cube theta d theta plus integral secant theta d theta. So we have it. That's right. So what's that? You can keep secant theta tan theta. You can keep negative integral secant cube theta d theta plus. Do you know what is integral secant theta? Do you know formula? Integral secant theta? Do you know integral secant theta? Could you write your answer on the chatting board? What's integral secant theta? The integral secant theta is, do you know that? No. This is the formula. The formula is integral secant theta is, you need to memorize this formula. The ln of absolute value of secant theta plus tan theta. So like this, right? So this one is, what's the original one? So this one is the same to this result. So I can rewrite integral secant cube theta d theta is exactly secant theta tan theta minus integral secant cube theta d theta plus ln of absolute value of secant theta plus tan theta. The next step, you add integral secant cube. You can add integral secant cube. So like this. So what's that? This is 2 times integral secant cube theta d theta is, so this is gone, exactly secant theta times tan theta plus ln of absolute value of secant theta plus tan theta. So next, divided by 2, both sides divided by 2 and add C. So that's it. This is the idea. So what's that? You can keep 9. What's like integral secant cube? The 1 over 2 times the secant theta times tan theta plus ln of absolute value of secant theta plus tan theta plus C. So we have it. This is exactly this one. This is not a final. What's like next step? The next step is, I can erase here. The next step is you can change back theta variable to x variable. How can change theta variable to x variable? So we can use this one. This relation, x equal to 3 secant theta divided by 3. So we have x over 3 equals secant theta. Secant theta. So you can draw right triangle, this one. What is secant theta here? X over 3, like hypotenuse over adjacent. You can find opposite by using Pythagorean theorem. Square root of hypotenuse squared minus adjacent squared, 3 squared is 9. So we have it. So was it like a secant theta or something like that? But here, this portion. Here, raise. What's that? 9 over 2 times. What is secant theta? Secant theta is x over 3. X over 3 times. What's tangent theta? The opposite over adjacent. The square root of x squared minus 9 over 3 plus ln of the x over 3 plus square root of x squared minus 9 over 3 plus C, right? So this is like the idea for solving this problem, but not yet. You can keep on this procedure. We have the like this. So my previous ones, we have it. The like this. So we have it. So for this one, the next is simplify more. Here, the 9 over 2 times x times root x squared minus 9. 3 is crossed out. So we have it. You can distribute the 9 over 2 the first and second one. 9 is crossed out. We have a simple form. 9 over 2 times ln of, you can combine. It's like we have common denominator, x plus root x squared minus 9. Do you know this one? ln of a over b. What's that? ln of a minus ln of b. You can change it to the difference. So we have it. The next, distribute 9 over 2 to the first and the second one. So do we have, this one is x square root of x squared minus 9 over 2 plus 9 over 2 times ln of absolute value of x plus root x squared minus 9. So 9 over 2 times negative ln over 3 is negative 9 over 2 times ln over 3 plus c. So what's that? This is constant plus constant. This is constant plus constant. You can change it to the another constant like c. It doesn't matter. The c is like arbitrary value, so you can change c. So exactly x root x squared minus 9 over 2 plus 9 over 2 ln of absolute value of x plus root x squared minus 9 plus c. This is like a whole idea. So we have this kind of things. This is like the answer of this question. It's good. This is the whole idea. The next example here. The similar. You need to use the trigonometric substitution because we have this form. 9x squared plus 4. So this one, you can use the trigonometric substitution. What is x? So what kind of function do you use? Sine function, tangent function, or secant function? Which one? 10. Okay, the jacket. Go back for just 1 second. Sure, this one. Do you have any question? This previous one? What's that? You can distribute the 9 over 2 to the here and to here. It's good? Okay, the 9 over 2, this one is here. The 9 over 2 times constant plus c. You can write the arbitrary constant c. Yep. So you said, some students said tangent function. So what's that? The similar. I'm going back to our table. What's it like a table? Table is here. We are going to table again. Here. We are going back to table. So we are going back to table. This one. Here. So what kind of form do we have? We have here. What's that? 9x squared plus 4. What's that? So 4 plus 9x squared. Same to what? 2 squared plus 3x squared. What does it mean? The u equals 3x. You can plug 3x into here. The 3x equals a is 2 times tangent theta. So we have it. This is like idea. The 3x equals 2 times tangent theta. So going back to our slides again. So we have, what's that? The 3x equals, we have here. So 3x equals, what's that? 2 tangent theta. So we have this one. You can divide by 3. What is x? X equals the 2 over 3 tangent theta. You can find dx. Dx equals 2/3. Tangent theta prime is secant square of theta d theta. So we have it. Next, change 1 over. Was it like x? X is here. 2/3 tangent theta. So we have 2/3 tangent theta squared times what is square root of 9x squared plus 4? Here, square root of 9x squared plus 4 is same to square root of 9x squared is 3x squared plus 4. We can replace 3x by here 2 tangent theta. Square root of 2 tangent theta squared plus 4. The square root of the 4 times tangent square plus 4. The factor of 4 times tangent square of theta plus 1. Do you know what is 1 plus tangent square? Do you know that? Could you write your answer on the chatting board? What is 1 plus tangent square? Answer is, okay, did you write more? Okay, good. Okay. Do you have more answers? It's good? Okay. Okay. Secant square of theta. You're right. So this is same to the square root of 4 is only 2. The square root of secant square is secant theta. So we have here 2 times secant theta times the dx is here 2/3 secant square theta d theta. So we have 2/3 secant the square of theta d theta. So next to simplify here. integral 1 over the 2/3 square is 4/9 times tangent theta square is tangent square. So what happens? Times 2, 1 secant is crossed out. We have only 2/3 secant theta d theta. So next, you just only take out all coefficient. Take out 4/9. So only use reciprocal 9/4. Only take out 2, the reciprocal. The 2/3 is just a 2/3. Take out everything. integral. So what's that? The 1 over tangent square is exactly cotangent square of theta times secant theta. So we have it. You have to simplify. The 2 is crossed out. The 3 is crossed out. Only 3. The 3 over 4. So we have 3 over 4. integral, the one more. It's not easy to calculate integral cotangent square times secant theta d theta. You can change it to sine and cosine function. So do you remember what is cotangent theta by using sine and cosine? Could you write your answer on the chatting board? So what is cotangent theta? Okay. Okay. So what do you think, other students? Do you have the same answer on the chatting board? Could you write your answer? Okay. Okay. So we have, you're right, cosine theta over sine theta. Power is like 2, we need a square. Cosine square over sine square times, what is secant theta? Secant theta is 1 over cosine. So 1 cosine theta is crossed out. We have 3 over 4. integral cosine theta over sine square. So next, how can you solve? integral cosine theta over sine square theta d theta. Do you have any idea? How can you solve integral cosine theta over sine square theta? So you can use U substitution. The U sub is right. U sub. Okay. What is U? What is U? Sine. Right? Sine. Okay. How about the other students? Could you run your answer on the chatting board, please? Okay? Okay? Okay. Thank you, guys. Yeah, you answered right. Sine theta. Yes. Sine theta. What did you? Sine prime. Sine prime is cosine theta d theta. You have to change it. The 3 over 4 equal cosine theta d theta is here, du. So like this. Sine theta is u, the u square. Now I'm going to change the negative exponent. So like this. You can use power rule. 1 over power negative 2 plus 1, u to the negative 2 plus 1 plus c. So simplify negative 3 over 4 times 1 over u. So like this. Plus c. What's like u? Change back. Sine theta. So we have 3 over 4. 1 over sine theta. Plus c. Keep negative. Negative 3 over 4. 1 over sine theta plus c. The next t. So you can change back the theta to x variable by using this relation. The 3x equal to 2 tangent theta, original one. You can divide by 2. 3x over 2 equals tangent theta. So you can draw right triangle. This one. So what is tangent theta? Opposite over adjacent. You can find hypotenuse by using Pythagorean theorem. So we have 3x squared is 9x squared plus 2 squared equals 4. So what's that? The negative 3 over 4 times negative 3 over 4 times 1 over sine theta. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. We have 3x over square root of 9x squared plus 4 plus c. You can change it. Negative 3 over 4 times reciprocal is root 9x squared plus 4 over 3x plus c. The 3 is crossed out. The final answer is the negative square root of 9x squared plus 4 over the 4 times x is 4x, the 4x plus c. So that's it. So this is exact answer of this question. Right? So like this. This is my explanation. The same. This one, like this. Yep, like this. The same answer. The last example. Equal x over the square root of 3 minus 2x minus x squared dx. So could you use table? Can you use a table? So we cannot use a table because we have 2x, the 2x things. So how can deal with 2x? How can change this kind of things? We can use completing the square. It's like idea. So what does it mean? Here. Yeah, the x plus 1 minus 1, something like that. You're right. But this kind of things, you can use completing the square. What's like a completing the square? And reorder. The negative x squared minus 2x plus 3. Only take out minus 1 from x squared term, x term. Same to negative the x squared plus 2x plus 3. The next, I'm going to make the perfect scale form. How can you make a perfect scale form? You can choose coefficient of x. You can choose coefficient of x. Always divide by coefficient of x. This is what? 1. Next, square. This is the result. We have add 1 square, subtract 1 square. This is the idea. This is like 1, right? So this is same to negative. the first three terms. Exactly x plus 1 square. Keep negative 1 plus 3. Distribute negative 1. So what's that? It's the same to negative x plus 1 square minus 1 times minus 1 is plus 1 plus 3. You can rearrange. 1 plus 3 is 4 minus x plus 1 square. What's that? Exactly 2 square minus x plus 1 square form. Do we have it? So I can do that. The next one is we are going back to our table again. We can going back to our table again. Our table again. So what's that? Exactly here. What's that? The 2 square minus x plus 1 square. Was it like u? U equals x plus 1. So a equals 2. You can substitute. So u equals x plus 1. Here u is x plus 1 equals a is 2 sine theta. So we have it. X plus 1 is 2 sine theta. You can use this rule. So same, going back to this one. So what's that? We have this one. X plus 1 equals 2 times sine theta. Do we have it? You subtract 1, x equals 2 sine theta minus 1. What's like dx? Dx is 2 sine prime is 2 cosine theta, the 1 prime 0, and d theta. So we have it. You can change it. The same to what? Integral. The 3 minus 2x minus x squared is x over the square root of change to this form. Here, 2 square minus like 4 minus x plus 1 square form. This one, same to x equals here 2 sine theta minus 1. We have 2 sine theta minus 1 over. You can plug the 2 sine theta into x plus 1. So what does it mean? You can simplify here. Square root of 4 minus x plus 1 square is square root of 4 minus x plus 1 is 2 sine theta squared, same to square root of 4 minus 4 sine squared. The factor of 4, 1 minus sine squared, the square root of 4 times. Do you know what is the identity of 1 minus sine squared? What is the identity? Could you write your answer on the chatting board? What is the identity of 1 minus sine squared? Oh yeah, okay. Okay, it's good. Good, thanks. Cosine squared, you're right. The simplify, root 4 is 2. Root cosine squared is only cosine theta. Like this. So what's that? Just 2 cosine theta times what's dx? Dx is last one, 2 cosine theta d theta. 2 cosine theta d theta. What happens? 2 cosine theta crossed out. We have a simple form. Integral the 2 sine theta minus 1 d theta. Like this. You can keep 2. Do you know what is integral sign? Do you know the formula? What's integral sign? Could you write your answer on the chatting board? What's integral sign? Okay. Okay? Good. Negative cosine theta. The integral one is just theta plus c. The next, how can change the cosine theta and the theta? We can use this relation. X plus 1 equals 2 sine theta. We can use x plus 1 equals 2 sine theta. You can use it. Divided by 2. X plus 1 over 2 equals sine theta. Sine theta. So, was it like cosine theta? You can use triangle. Triangle. Sine theta is the opposite over hypotenuse. How can you find that, Jason? So exactly hypotenuse squared minus at the opposite squared. So what's that? So this one is exactly same to here. So we are going backward. Going backward, 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 backward. We have original one. So this one is same to square root of 3 minus 2x minus x squared. So we have it. So we can change. Keep negative 2. What is the cosine theta here? Adjacent over hypotenuse. The square root of 3 minus 2x minus x squared over 2. Minus, what is like theta? Here, you can use inverse sine. X plus 1 over 2 equals sine theta. Exactly same to inverse sine of x plus 1 over 2 equal to theta. So keep negative, the inverse sine. X plus 2 over the 1 over 2, sorry. X plus 1 over 2 plus c. The 2 is crossed out. The final answer is negative square root of 3 minus 2x minus x squared negative inverse sine. Inverse sine of x plus 1 over 2 plus c. That's it. So this is the final answer of this question. Okay, so this is all for today's lecture. So if you have any question, any trouble, could you write your question on the chatting board? If you don't have any more question, you can leave this live session. So thank you for attending my class. I really appreciate that you attend this class. So really thank you. So just I'm waiting. So if you have any question, okay. So where did the x plus 1 equal 2 sine theta come from? Oh yeah, you're welcome. I'll explain your answer. The 3 minus 2x minus x squared, we have 3 kind of forms. Remember? So we have like 3 kind of forms, like a squared minus u squared form, a squared plus u squared form, the u squared minus a squared form. So we have 3 kind of forms. You can compare. The 3 minus 2x minus x squared is not these forms. We have only function square, function square, function square. How can you deal with negative 2x? This is like exactly the negative x squared, negative 2x plus 3. So we have ax squared plus the bx plus c form is given. We always change it to this kind of form, a over x minus h squared plus k form. This is always possible by using completing the square. So completing the square. This is always possible. So here, the minus x squared negative 2x plus 3 is given. Just to take out minus 1. Only like a technique, The take out minus 1 from minus x squared negative 2x. So here and here. The next, you just only add and subtract same number. How can you decide the number 1? Always the coefficient of x divided by 2 and square. Exactly 1 square is 1. So you add 1, subtract 1. The first 3 terms, exactly same to x plus 1 square. Keep -1. Next, distribute -1. The negative x plus 1 square. The -1 times -1 is +1. 1 plus 3 is like 4. We can change it. So this one is what kind of rule? The a square minus u square. The u is x plus 1. Exactly here. We can use the 2 square minus x plus 1 square. So we have this kind of form. What is like x plus 1? X plus 1 is always a times sine theta. So from the previous example. The previous one is here. Anyway, this is like some idea. Could you understand this one, Adam, or do you need more explanation? So you are going. What do you think? Yes. Okay. Good. So this is like idea. So the x plus 1 equal to 2 sine theta is always from the inner function of square root 3 minus 2x minus x squared. Always from here. Okay, I'm not waiting more time. So if you have more question, always write your question on the chatting board. If you don't have more question, you can leave a live session. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so have a good night too. So thank you. Same. So if you have more questions, write your answer. So if you don't have any question, you can leave a live session.